Hi, I'm Jill from June Taylor with another innovative solution. Did you ever want to join your quilt blocks that are made Quilt As You Go? Now we have a perfect way to do that with our Sash and a Dash. It's pre-sewn sashing. It's sold by the yard in 7 colors with matching binding. Open the casing and nest your quilt block inside the casing. And then we're just going to run a top stitch down the edge. Take your next block, open the casing, and just do the same thing. To join rows, we're going to do the same thing, only we're going to run our Sash and a Dash across the row. You can run a beautiful embroidery stitch down here to embellish Sash and a Dash, or you can even put a strip of fabric down here. Here's an example where we added a fabric strip by folding under raw edges and top stitching over Sash and a Dash. And if you like to make t-shirt quilts, go ahead and quilt your blocks and then join them with sash.
Are you or someone you love an avid quilter? Meet the Ready, Set, Go ultimate fabric cutting system. This fabric cutter takes the strain out of fabric cutting, meaning less chance of injury and better quilts made faster. The ultimate fabric cutting system includes the Go, our innovative fabric cutter with an easy-to-turn handle that makes cutting fabric safer, faster, and more accurate. This 15-pound fabric cutter has a carrying handle and folding mechanism, so it's portable and easy to store. The Ready, Set, Go also includes the Go Cube Mix and Match 8-inch block, which features 8 dies of commonly used geometric shapes and the corresponding cutting mat. The Go Cube Mix and Match system has endless pattern possibilities, but it comes with a 16-page pattern book with 2 quilt patterns to get you started. We like to say the Ready, Set, Go is the ultimate fabric cutting system because it truly comes with everything you need. That includes our Go Strip Cutter 2.5-inch, which finishes to a 2-inch finish strip, a corresponding cutting mat to make cutting binding strips easier than ever. We've even included a die pick to make die maintenance painless. To help quilters feel confident on their quilting journey, we've also included the Go Cube Mix and Match blocks and quilt pattern book by Eleanor Burns. It's packed with tips and tricks in addition to inspiration. Look at some of the beautiful projects you can create with this ultimate fabric cutting system. At AccuQuilt, we want to spread the joy of quilting to all, and the Go makes cutting fabric easier than traditional scissors or rotary cutting. AccuQuilt, because cutting time means quilting more. In today's show, we're going to show you how to make tea towels for every season. Hey quilters, welcome to AccuQuilt Live. I'm Pam Heller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert. Thanks so much for joining us today. Chris is here. How are you, my friend?
Hi, everyone. I'm doing well. How are you doing, Pam?
Good. Okay, what's new in the world of Chris? Because it was an exciting weekend for you.
It was. We had quite the weather out here in Portland. Lost power a couple times, and it's very cold outside.
Yes.
Didn't get a lot of snow, but quite a bit of freezing rain.
Freezing rain is always fun to drive on.
Not so much. Yeah.
Okay, but you do have good news for us.
I do. So on, I think it was Monday, I announced that I will be repeating my community quilt project for 2024. So I'm currently accepting fabric submissions to make it into the quilt.
Yes, we'll give you a big hand for that. So if you don't know, to follow Chris, he is at Rose City Originals on Instagram. And he does this, last year he did this amazing community quilt. And people sent you fabric from the world,
From
all
over the world.
I
Yes.
just am really
Yeah, so
intrigued by that.
It's a very random, scrappy quilt, but I love how it turned out. Total of 90 blocks. I used the 8-inch mix and match cube and both companion sets.
Excellent.
And I just chose 20 patterns at random. For 2024, I'll choose 20 different patterns, and I might have a little twist in there. Haven't quite decided yet.
A little bit.
So, yeah, it's going to be lots of
what
fun.
What size cube are you going to use?
The 8-inch.
Just this year as well?
It's my favorite. Yes. Yep.
You shouldn't have favorites, but Chris has a favorite. So, fun fact, on last week's show, Chris was talking about this, and I was so intrigued. So we have some good friends that are going to Antarctica in February, but on their way to Antarctica, they're going to Chile, and they're going to Argentina, and they're gone a whole month. And I said, while you are in Chile and Argentina, please get me some fabric so that I could send it to you for the community quilt. I'm really excited about this. So, all right, so everybody should be doing that. Okay, speaking of people watching things, where's everybody watching from? Dombra, I hope I'm saying your name right, is watching from Fairbanks, Alaska. I wonder what the current temperature in Fairbanks, Alaska is. Pretty cold.
I'll be a lot colder than here.
I know. It is finally above zero here. On Sunday, it was like -39. Yeah, it was great.
Ugh.
We just stayed home. And Pat Francis wants to know a pattern from the intro video. Pat, I'll look at the intro video when I get done here, and I'll let you know what the pattern is. All right, let's showcase some projects from our intro video. Speaking of that, first up is Anita H. Okay, Chris, you were the winner of this. Tell us which dies Anita used to make this.
I believe she used a cube system with the kite shape and the triangle in a square.
Yeah, I think so too. And do you not love this fabric? Isn't it super cool?
I do. It's really, really fun.
The background fabric is really fun. Okay, next we have Kathleen L. And Kathleen just used circles to make snowflakes. And I think this is a fun idea because all of our applique dies, including circles, have free embroidery downloads. And so she could just stitch around those circles and make this beautiful snowflake. I like it a lot. All right, here we have the photo of the day. Okay, so these are cute little cookies that look like candy hearts. So all of you know who watch that I love Halloween. It's truly my favorite holiday. But my favorite month of the year is February, because February is where Valentine's Day is. First of all, let's talk about that. But February is the shortest month, and it happens to fall in the winter, because January has 846 days. It is just so long and cold and dark. So by the time February comes, I think, oh yes, but we only have to do 28 days. So here in the Dream Studio, well, we'll let you go, Chris, and then we'll talk about what people want to hear in the Dream Studio. What's your favorite month?
My favorite month is May. And it's because it's my birthday month, so it always gives it extra. But it's also in that in-between spring, summer weather.
Yes.
And I love that.
Yes, and in Portland, it's amazing. So here in the Dream Studio, a couple of the guys liked May as well. And then Brock likes October and November because that's good sports. Good sports are playing. All right, so in the comments section, tell us what's your favorite month of the year and why. I'm excited to hear. So today I'm going to give away one of our Go Heart dies and a June Taylor hanging towel kit. Be sure to register for future events on the AccuQuilt event page for the chance to win. And Chris will announce the winner of our registered viewer at the end of the show. All right, so Chris, stay on here for a minute because we're going to show you. Brianna Roberts is one of our designers. And look at these towels she made. I have to do them in the correct order. So this one's called a Snow Day hanging towel, and she used our June Taylor towel kits. Look at this one for Valentine's Day. This one's
that's
called
fun.
Be Still My Heart.
Hmm.
Okay. This one is super cute. It is called Spring Chick. And look, I don't know if you can see this, Chris, but there's like little buttons that are bees and butterflies.
How cute.
Isn't that cute? Because it's just decorative, right? And this
Right.
one you and I both love. This is called Scaredy Cat.
Love that one.
I love it because look at the back. It has that fun little Halloween fabric and spider webs. Okay, now Brianna made these super cute towels, and I didn't see them until I came into the studio yesterday, but she and I had the same great thought because these are decorative towels, and we look at the super cute button that is like the heart. Look at how cute this is. So rather than stitch a buttonhole and add the button, look at this. Velcro for
That
days.
is so smart.
I thought so too. I thought, okay, this is really smart because my brother machine here that I brought today only does the straight stitch. It doesn't have a buttonhole stitch. Okay, so those are the season ones. And then just here's a couple more. Now, Chris was gonna make some, but then he lost power. So look at these cute little decorative towels. So this is a great way to kind of look at your stash, see what kind of scraps you have, because you don't need very much. So look at how cute those are. So we're gonna make some today. And what you need is a June Taylor hanging towel kit, the Go Hearts die, which is right here, because we're gonna applique hearts under ours. 2 coordinating fabrics for the topper, trim for the topper, trim for the towel, and a button for the towel. All right, so here's my button. Here, I'll put it right here so you can see it. Because look how cute that little heart button is. And at the bottom of the towel, there's like trim, but I have this really fat rickrack that I'm gonna use for the bottom of my towel. And I just thought it was something different to use. So see, look, it's nice and thick. Nice of me to wear my red shirt here while I'm showing you red rickrack. Hold on. So you don't have to use fabric. You could just maybe have some rickrack at the bottom. Look at how fun that will be. All right, so let's take a look at the hearts die. Chris, do you have our Go Hearts die?
I do. That was one of the very first dies I got.
Right? Super cute. So, and do you have also the Queen of Hearts?
I don't. I just have the Go Hearts.
Okay, so the Go Hearts have 3 different sizes of hearts, 2, 3, and 4-inch hearts. It is on a 5x10 die board, so it's gonna fit through all of our cutters, including that Go Me. And you can always cut 4 layers of prefused cotton, but you can also cut craft foam and felt and even paper. And so we're gonna cut out some hearts for, just a heart for our towel. So what I've done is I've already prefused my pink. I'm gonna have a little pink heart here. And since I'm just cutting one shape, I'm just gonna use a smaller 6x6 cutting mat. And I'm gonna use my Go Big, but remember you could use any of our cutters. Give it a little love, because boy, is it staticky. See, look how things are sticking here in the Dream Studio. And now I have my perfect heart. All right, we'll keep it out here for a minute before we move on. So think about this heart die. I'm working on a project that I'll post on social media where I'm actually gonna cut paper hearts. But I have grandchildren who would love to come over and cut craft foam and because they have to make boxes for their Valentine's Day parties at school. And so they just come over and cut hearts out of craft foam and then glue them onto boxes. So think about that. All right, so we've cut our hearts. Now, before we move on, I'm gonna show you this, and then we're gonna talk to Chris. Okay, so this is the June Taylor Grab and Go tote that I made last week. And remember, my needle came out of my machine. I was having difficulty sewing. Here's the inside. Chris made a super cool green one, okay? I just wanted to show you that it's finished. I literally had like 3 inches to sew, and so I have sewn it. So I'm gonna use this to fill with candy and toys for my granddaughter for Valentine's Day, and then she can have the little tote to use for whatever she wants. Don't forget, all of our shows are recorded. They're available on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our website. So I just wanted to let you know sometimes I do get things done. All right, so let's look inside our kit and see what comes in the June Taylor towel kit. So first of all, there are going to be 2 pieces of batting, and this is for our towel topper. It's going to be this right here. This is the towel topper, okay? It's also going to come with instructions, and it's going to come with a towel. Now, here is my pro tip. When it comes to the hanging towel, you want to zigzag or use a straight stitch all the way around the edges and then pre-wash it before you start sewing. Chris, why do we want to do that?
Because it's going to shrink.
It is going to shrink. And it is going to gather. It is. It is. So that's what you want to do. And then I gave mine a really good press, okay, which is also something that you want to do. All right, so now let's talk about this. So this is our towel topper, and you'll notice it says cut here on this solid line. So it doesn't tell you to do this in the instructions, but I found that it was really easier to help with some of the bulk. These are actually stitching lines, the solid line here on the outside. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my ruler and my rotary cutter, and I'm just gonna come here and I'm just gonna trim like a 1/2 inch all the way around. And when I get here to the bottom, I'll do it right now, I'm actually gonna cut on the line that says cut, right there. All right, so Chris, while I'm trimming, tell us what's people's favorite month and why.
Yes, let's see. Chris says February because it's my birthday month, but it is always cold.
It is always cold. Okay.
Let's see. Paula also likes May.
I think May is a good month.
I think so too,
yeah.
Personally. Toby likes July.
Okay, I have to say July, one of my favorite months, because 1, it's my birthday, but 2, I do like to be able to get up when it's light and go to bed when it is light. It is really hard here in Nebraska right now because it is dark until like 7:30 in the morning, which makes a very long day for me. Okay?
It does.
Okay, what other months are people liking?
BA likes September because it's the beginning of fall.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Woolly Girl likes May. It's her husband's birthday month and their wedding anniversary.
Oh, congratulations. That's exciting. That's exciting. All right. Don't forget, if you have questions, you can put them in the comment section as well. All right, so quilters, here's what I've done. I've trimmed down my topper. I've cut where it said cut. Now it's time to sew my 2 fabrics together. Now, I just want to talk about this for a second because some of you are going to say, I didn't follow the instructions, because my topper is going to be the same on both sides, and my trim is going to just be this pink. The reason is I chose the fabrics first and had them for my other project, so a great way to use up my scraps. But it is really hard to match pinks and reds. So I thought, oh, well, I'll just do a red lining, but it was just such a different color red. So don't stress about it, okay? Just pick 2 colors or 3 colors, however you want to do it. You can make it totally scrappy. You could actually take some of your scraps, sew them together, and make new fabric. Chris, I didn't even think about that until just this minute.
Yes.
Then it could be totally scrappy.
You can do some crumb piecing.
Somebody, I can't remember who it is, on Instagram was making words from letters cut from salvages.
Oh.
I sent it to the
Fun.
lovely Erica. I'll have to send that to you. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to give this sashing, this little piece right here, a good press. Okay? And then we want to sew right sides together. So this one was kind of hard because it just has the one little heart. So maybe I'll consider it, well, I'll do it this way. So we want to put right sides together and stitch right here along the edge. So Chris, a couple of years ago when I started doing AccuQuilt Live on Wednesdays, here I cannot sew with my shoes on. I always have to take my shoes off. And my feet were getting cold. And one of our viewers made the cutest little, she knit, because so many people are multi-talented, she knit me these little footies for my feet. I'll show you here in just a second. I know, I'm wearing them now because it's so cold in the Dream Studio. Do you do other crafting besides sewing and quilting? I know you do garments and hat making. Do you like crochet or knit or?
I can crochet. I cannot knit. I have tried. It just doesn't work. But I can crochet.
Excellent. I just only do this. I just barely have time to do the quilting part.
These days, it is pretty much my life, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I kudos to all of you who do that because so many quilters I know multitask. All right, so now I've sewn my little section here onto the bottom of my topper. And now the instructions tell you to press it towards the topper. Now, I'm going to tell you that I gave that little seam some heat. I actually did opposites. So this one is pressed towards the topper, and this one is pressed towards the trim. And the reason I'm going to do that is because now when I put my pieces together, okay, right sides together, the thing you want to keep in mind is that you want this seam right here to match, right? So that when you sew your topper, that these are together. These little pieces match. And so I found that if I sewed them and pressed them in opposite directions, they would match. And then what you're going to do is I'm going to pin it right here. I'm going to be using so many pins today, Chris. Erica would be so proud of me. I'm not usually a pinner. Are you a pinner?
It depends. For the most part, no. But some projects, it really makes a difference, and it's worth the little extra time to throw a couple pins in there.
Right. I agree. I agree. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that it's pinned there. Make sure.
I have a question for you. So
Yes.
in my kit, I think it only came with one of the batting, pre-printed batting.
It did. I opened 2 ones.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
I was just showing you how to cut one.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Just want to make sure.
Yep. And then, good call though. Then here's the other tip. Where you cut it, it needs to go right here on this seam. Okay? In your quilting head, you're going to think it should go all the way down here. It does not, because then the towel goes in here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
I have to say, June Taylor thought about all these little details I would have totally passed over.
right? And don't forget this is recorded. You can go back and watch it. Chris and I will share all the things. So yes, no, I opened 2 of the little kits so I could have demos for you, okay? Now, here's another thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab a little marker and mark here. So while I grab one, Chris, do you wanna tell us what people's favorite month is?
Sure. Let's see what other months we have here.
Okay, while Chris is
Let's
looking,
see.
hang on one sec. I'm gonna take my little marker and I'm gonna extend right here this line so I know what to sew on.
Smart.
Sometimes, Chris. Sometimes I get it right. Okay, so while I stitch along here, tell us what people are doing in what month.
Yep. Nancy likes July because she could put away her sweats. Nice and warm.
There you go.
Cindy likes October because the leaves are turning and the colors are stunning.
They are.
That is a beautiful time of year.
It is. It is.
Armetta likes June. Gets to celebrate my anniversary. My son and daughter also. Oh, very nice.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun.
Oh, Gail wants to remind you, Pam, unfortunately, this is a leap year, so there's 29 days in February, so you have an extra day of winter.
Thanks for that. Oh, now I think I just might take the 29th off.
I think that's a great idea.
Oh, I think we have a show that day. Brock's shaking his head. Okay,
Oh.
so look, it's a Tuesday, I think. So look, I left my needle down. I'm turning it. 29 days, dang. Oh. Okay, well, it's still better than 30 or 31.
That is very true. Yes.
Oh, it's a Thursday. Brock says I don't have to do anything. I can take the day off. I'm taking the day off.
Wonderful.
We should think of something fun to do on Leap Day.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Okay, tell us what we should do along with what month you want. What should we do on Leap Day?
Fun
Chris,
project for Leap
together
Day.
we're pretty smart. We could think of something really clever.
I'm sure we could.
Okay,
I'm going to have to think about that now.
I know.
Let's see, we do have a question in the chat here. Margaret would like to know, is there a 10-inch square for the AccuQuilt Go?
No, only for the Go Big. And here's how you know. The opening for the Go is 10 inches. So that would be on a 14 by 16 die. And so it would fit in the Go Big.
Good to know.
Okay, this is my machine from home because we're having our other one serviced. This is your reminder if you haven't had your machine serviced in a while. Now's the time to do that. Okay, so I feel like I'm at home, just hanging out with all of you here in the Dream Studio. All right, so look how good this looks because I pressed my seams in opposite directions. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give my little topper a trim. And I'm gonna come like 1/4 of an inch just off that seam. And then right here on those corners, I'll do it now so you can see. I'm just gonna give it a bigger trim because what I want is to get rid of that bulk, especially around the corners, okay? So I'm just gonna trim. Chris, do we have other months that people like?
We sure do. Marla likes May because the temperatures aren't too high and I can work in my garden.
Oh,
May is a wonderful time for gardening.
Yes. Do you have a garden, Chris?
We do. We have quite a big backyard garden with lots of raised beds for vegetables and some flowers out there.
Wow.
It looks like a mess right now because of all this freezing rain, but in the summer it looks nice.
In the summer it's pretty. God, that's good. That's good. I would love somebody to come and build me some raised beds this summer. I would really like that. We'll have to work on that. All right,
It's
so
really nice because you don't have to get so low to the ground
right,
to
right.
do everything.
Well, and I feel like for the grandkids, it's just like the right height to weed.
Yes.
Because then you can see them, right? You can see the
get them
weeds.
out there and they can help you.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. All right, so I'm trimming. Keep going, Chris, while I'm trimming.
Danber likes January.
Yeah.
2 holidays, my birthday, husband's birthday, and our anniversary.
Oh,
Wow.
congratulations.
A lot going on in January.
There you go.
Kathy also likes May because it's her birthday month. Happy birthday.
Love all of
Mother's
this.
Day. Oh, and her mama's birthday.
Oh, and May has Mother's Day.
Yes.
Yeah, I do love May.
She
April
also
is
said
like the month in our family where all the birthdays happen.
That's May for my family.
Is
I
it?
remember growing up, my grandma had the birthday calendar on her refrigerator.
Oh, yes.
And May was like the whole month, and then like off the side and down the bottom, like it was everybody.
I love that because didn't we all have grandmas who had birthday calendars? My grandma had
Yep.
one. Had little rings that, you could add, all the way around. Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. We're going to turn it inside out. I feel like, Chris, I should just include this in Oakley's little Valentine.
I mean, it perfectly matches.
It perfectly matches. I feel like she'll say, Lola, why did you give that to me? But she can hang it in her bathroom. Okay,
that's a
so
good
for
idea.
the
Little
top
hand
up
towel.
here, I'm going to use a little stiletto that we have here in the office. And this one has a rubber tip and then a hook. Okay.
Ooh.
So I think I'm going to come right here with the little hook and press that out so I get a nice tight point. My husband said to me the other day, I was working on these step outs, and he goes, didn't you just like make placemats or something? And I said, yes. And he goes, why did you not make them all to match? And I was like, dang, that is such a good question. Okay. I don't know. All right, so now my topper is done, and now I'm going to give it a good press. So Chris, while I'm giving it a good press, the question is AccuQuilt fabric system only for quilters?
No, the AccuQuilt could be good for crafters of all kinds.
Mm-hmm.
You can cut so many things with it. Paper, like you said earlier, craft foam, even
Vinyl.
leather. Yes.
Vinyl. I'm going to cut some vinyl this week and make a really fun, I don't know if you know this, Valentine project. It's going to be really great. Now, Chris, tell everybody why you don't want to touch a hot iron to that batting.
Because it's a poly cotton blend and it will melt with a hot iron.
All over your iron.
You'll get a good
Ask
mess.
us how we know.
Right.
All right.
Learn from our mistakes.
Yes, learn from our mistakes. Okay, I'm going to trim these little strings off here. And now it's time to lay out our towel. And this was really fun. So I'm going to show you real quick what Brianna did because I think hers are fabulous. Hold on here, I got to find them. So lots of ways to fold your towel. So Brianna just took hers and ironed it out and folded it in thirds. Okay, making sure the top part equals the 6 inches, and then she could applique our little hearts onto it, which I thought was a really great idea. Okay, now for those of you who want to have kind of that accordion style, which is what they tell you in the pattern, okay, I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, because I learned this super cool trick. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take your towel and you want to press it out with a good hot iron. And then I pressed the center. Okay? Now, if you want to add your trim, Okay. Now is the time to add your trim. So I am going to add my little red trim here, and I'm just going to snip it off, and then I'm just going to stitch it to the bottom. I'll measure. Some of you are already stressed about that. I could have eyeballed it, but I'll measure it, okay? So I kind of want it to show. So look at how cute that is. Sometimes I like a good rickrack, okay? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lay my ruler down here. So look at that, rickrack was almost perfect, okay? And then I'm gonna pin here the beginning and the middle and the end. And quilters, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go down the middle, okay? You could go down the middle and back the other direction if you wanted. Okay, I just thought it was fun. I found it in my sewing room and I thought, oh, we can put rickrack. Okay. Chris, what color is the one you're making?
I am doing some blue and gold to match our kitchen. We just redid all of our cabinets.
How
so
fun.
they're this not quite navy, but a dark blue color.
Okay.
So we're gonna coordinate with that.
I like that. I like that. All right, so while I stitch my rickrack down, I'm gonna go this way. Chris, tell us what month people like and why.
Let's see, Peggy likes September because of the fall colors, and fall is so beautiful.
It is.
Very true. Toby likes July because it's their birthday month, and their birthday's on the 3rd, so the whole country is celebrating with them.
See, my birthday is July 2nd, so I feel like the whole country just celebrates my birthday 2 days later. It's just fabulous.
You even get fireworks.
Yes, for days. For days. We are very much pyromaniacs at our, right? So much blowing things up on the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. It was bitter cold on New Year's Eve, and our whole neighborhood was out lighting fireworks. It was hilarious.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Because we can light them here on the 4th, on New Year's. Can you light them there?
No. It's very much not legal in Oregon.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
I'm glad
it's
you weren't.
always been that way. Like I remember growing up, people would go up to Washington to buy them because they're legal there, but not in Oregon.
I grew up in Washington State. It is very much legal there.
Yes, it is.
My dad.
And Washington's not that far from me. Like it's just a bridge away. So.
Yes, just go over the bridge. Oh, but then you have to pay that state sales tax if you go over the bridge.
True, but I think most people that want the fireworks are willing to pay that.
I think they are. I
Yeah.
think they are. Okay, so look, I added my little rickrack to the bottom of my towel. All right, so now I'm going to show you this amazing trick on how to fold your towel so it fits in the topper, okay? So I already made one so that I knew what I was doing. Okay, so I'm going to flip it this way because now you have a front and a back, okay? And I'm going to get some of my long pins, maybe. Okay. All right, so now that I've folded it in half, I'm gonna come right here and put a pin right there at the center, okay? And what we want is for our topper to be, the center section to be about 3 inches. Are we good? Okay. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna fold it over till it meets the pin, okay? And then you're gonna fold it back 1.5 inches. Hold on, I gotta make sure I'm doing this right. Oh, here, wait. This is why I practiced at home. Oh, okay. That's right. Okay, so we're gonna fold it here. hold on, hold on. Talk amongst yourselves there while I figure this out. Okay, Brock. All right, Chris, while I'm measuring, while I'm figuring this out what I did, I wanted to make sure I do it right. Tell us what people's favorite month is.
Sure. So Mary Ellen likes April because it's spring, and it's such a nice time of rebirth.
Oh, yes.
All the flowers are blooming. It's beautiful.
Okay, now I know how to do this.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my center pin at the center of 3 inches. Okay. Right there. And I'm going to put another one right down here. Okay, and the reason is because we want that center section to be 3 inches. Okay. Okay. All right, so see, I've done here. I put my pins on either side. So now I'm going to fold here, okay, and then come back. Hold on. This is what happens in live TV, right? It's like live
It
show
sure
here.
does.
There we go. There, that's what I needed to do.
There
Okay.
we go.
There we go, there we go. Okay, so come here to that pin and then fold back. I knew I'd get it. Because you want the seam to meet in the middle. Okay? Chris, had you already figured that out before I started there?
It's very similar to how I do the pleats in the back of my shirts. Not quite the same, but it is very similar.
Okay. Okay. See, that's fair. So now I'm going to come right here. I love that you make your own shirts, by the way. And then
It's
I'm
fun.
going to come back to the center. And I'm going to pin it. And I'm trying not to pin right here at the top because I really want to come in here and give it a good stitch before I put it in my topper. Okay? There we go. And I'm actually going to pin it right here. Chris, do you just make your own shirts or do you make your pants?
Right now, it is just my shirts. I did purchase a pattern for some jeans that I want to try and make this summer out of some vintage floral denim I have. But it kind of intimidates me, so
That's
we'll
okay.
see how it goes.
Well, if you need help with pleats, come back and watch this. Okay, now we're going to flip it over right here, okay? And now this should measure about 3 inches. Look at that. Okay. Now the topper measures about 6.5, which is perfect. So now what I want to do is come right here and I want to make just a little inch tuck. Okay. Right here. And give it a pin. And another one.
This is one of those places I definitely would use pins.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. Okay. Right here. Okay, so now we have 4 inches here. So then what I'm going to do, so that I don't have that raw edge, even though I stitched on it, showing, I am just going to tuck this under like this. Okay, so good time to use your clear ruler. Okay. This is much easier than I made it look. Just so you all know. If you're at home going, oh, Pam, it's just fine, okay? Okay, so now I should have, oh, here, there we go. Just 4 1/4 inches, okay? So now I'm gonna come here and do the exact same thing on this side. So I'm gonna come here and just do that 1 inch, right? 3, 4, is that gonna work? Let's do the math here, folk. 3, 4. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to make this one a little bit shorter, but that's okay, because this is why you lay it out. Is so you go, oh, this is gonna fit and this is not. And I do like the fact that you can kind of make it fit, you know, kind of thing. There's lots of give in this particular project. Okay, so I wanna make sure, so I'm coming here. Gosh, Chris, this is probably the most pins I've ever used on a whole show. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to move this one here so it comes in a little bit more. Because I do kind of like that accordion look. But you could totally do what Brianna did and just fold it in thirds. Okay? Oh, look at this. I like this a lot. Okay, hold on. Okay, and I'm just going to let this one out just a little bit so we can kind of, we just want it to be even. We want it to look pretty.
While you're pinning, we do have some questions here.
Don't ask me about pinning. Sure.
Not about pinning.
Good.
You were talking about cutting vinyl earlier, and Sandy asks, doesn't cutting vinyl and foam dull the blades?
And what's
Why
the
aren't
answer
blades
to that,
like our
Chris?
sewing scissors? What's that?
What's the answer to that?
It does not dull the blades.
No, do you know why?
I am not 100% sure why, other than quilty magic.
Right, so it's AccuQuilt magic. So scissors dull because 2 sharp blades run against each other. With a die, there's blades inside the die. The two-tone foam shows you where those blades are. And it's the pressure, it's the die cutting with the mat. So there's no blades running together. You're gonna get thousands of cuts out of your dies and hundreds of cuts out of your mats. Okay?
Awesome.
I know.
And now
okay.
I know.
Now look, it's gonna fit perfectly. So I'm gonna give it a little running stitch at the top, because then I can take my pins out before I put the whole thing together. Because gosh, that'd be terrible if I left a pin inside, right? All right,
Yes,
do we have other questions, Chris? Because that was a good question. Yeah, so I'm gonna cut vinyl. Wait till you see what I'm gonna make. It is super cute.
Do have a couple questions about the kit.
Okay.
Sheila, who asked that? Where did it go? Patsy is asking, does the towel come in the kit? And the answer is yes.
It does. Top stitch it, and then
Wash it.
wash it.
And
For
it does
sure.
say that in the instructions.
It
Pam
does say
mentioned
that
it
in the
earlier.
instructions.
Yeah, Pam mentioned it earlier. It's like, oh, that'd be really good to have in the instructions. And it's like, it's the very first thing it says to wash it. So
Yeah.
read those instructions.
I know, quilters, why is it we don't? We think, oh, I know that. I know how to do that.
I am notorious for that.
Are you not a good pattern reader?
I'm not. And it's really bad when it's my own pattern that I'm testing and I don't read my own instructions.
Oh, Chris, that makes me laugh. Okay, so I have one more in here. Okay, so before I put it in my topper, we pressed all of our pleats. Okay, so now we're gonna add it to the topper, and then we're gonna applicate the little heart onto it. Oh, see, I felt a pin.
Oh, that would not be good if you go to dry your hands and poke yourself.
Right? No one is drying their hands on this. It's gonna look cute in the kitchen.
Okay. Well, then if they dry their hands, then
There you go. Then yes, it's like a deterrent, right?
Right.
Okay, do we have more questions? I'm going to actually give this a little press before I move on.
Yes. Let's see. Couple more about the towel. Is
Okay.
there a die for the topper?
No, there isn't, but it's pretty easy to cut out.
It is. It's a pretty simple shape.
Yeah, it is.
And there was another one. Where did it go?
But we'll tell our product development people to think about maybe making a die for that, because that's a great idea.
Sheila asked if there's a pattern for the towel topper, and the pattern is included in the kit. It is pre-printed on the batting.
Yes, yes, yes. All of those June Taylor things have all those pre-printed things on there. It's pretty fun. Okay, so now I'm ready to put my towel in my topper. I'm going to stitch it down, and then we'll talk about buttons, and then we'll applique our heart onto it, because I'm excited about this. So you could make this for any season. You could make it for every month. If you do that, that's kind of fun. And for me, like I said, this was a really great way for me to use up my scraps that I had from my tote bag that I made last week. So I just think it's really a great way to kind of bust up your scraps. Think about this would be really a fun gift, like a hostess gift, or if you're hosting a Valentine's party, or you could make them for the spring, take them as gifts to new neighbors, okay? All right, so now I'm gonna stitch right along here.
While you're stitching, let's see what other months people like.
Let's see.
So Anne likes October. October's my favorite month. The weather is mild, and nature's colors are beautiful here in South Mississippi.
Oh, I bet they are.
Mild weather. And speaking of mild weather, I am actually ditching the very cold Pacific Northwest and heading to California tomorrow.
You are such a ditcher. Where are you going to be?
I'm going to be at the Road to California Quilt Show in Ontario, California. I'll be there Friday and Saturday. I'm not in any booth. I'm just going to be wandering around. But if you see me, feel free to stop me and say hi, and I will have stickers for everybody.
What do your stickers say?
It's just my logo. I use stickers instead of business cards because they're more fun.
I want a sticker. Okay, look at this. I will
get you a sticker.
Can you work on that for me, Chris? Okay. All right, so here's my little towel. All right, so let's applique the heart on it, and then we'll talk about how to finish it with the button. All right? All right. So I've already prefused our fabric, right? We've already cut it with our die. I pressed this for a reason, and that's so I knew where to lay my heart, because I cut the 3-inch heart, and I wanted it to kind of be close to the top. Okay, and you could do, Brianna did a great job. She put like the Queen of Hearts, and she put, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 little hearts on it. So I probably am gonna add more hearts now that I've seen what other people have done, right? Just give that a good press. Here we go. All right, so let's talk real quick about the button and how to finish this. I feel like this is like a little dress, and every time it lays down here, I gotta fix it here. Hold on. All right, so Chris, obviously you do buttons because you make clothing, right?
I do.
So this is meant to come down like this, okay? And here is the button that I'm gonna put on here. So what I would do is, I just got Velcro squares. And you're gonna think I'm just super smart here, because all of you would die if I used my Karen K. Buckley scissors to open this. There would be a mutiny. Okay, so I got these little squares here. Okay. And look at this. You don't have to stitch them down. They're glue on the back.
Oh.
I know, sometimes, Chris, I'm pretty smart. I thought, wait, I don't want to have to be messing around. So put 2 of them together. Okay. Put it right down here in your fabric. Just come right here and give it a good press. Okay. And then when you go to open it, here I'm going to pull it just like this. The first time is the hardest. Now they're just stuck there.
Nice.
I know, I thought that was pretty clean because sometimes it's hard for me to kind of figure out. Now, if you wanted to, you could give it a little stitch through here. I might, put a little X or do a little hand stitch. But when I go to add my button, because it's a fake button, I'm actually going to hand stitch it on there and maybe use some like embroidery floss or something fun.
Oh, yes.
Okay? And that's it. Ta-da! Our little towel is done. All right.
Super cute.
I know. So think about making them for gifts, making them for, it would be fun to like make a whole set of them for birthdays. You could celebrate birthdays and have them out. You could do them for Mother's Day. You could do them, all of the things. Halloween, all sorts of options. Be sure and share all of your projects with us on our social media platforms. Use that hashtag AccuQuiltBuilt. All right, Chris, do we have any last comments? Do we have any questions?
We actually have a few suggestions for our Leap Day project.
Oh, yes. Okay, tell us.
Let's see. 10 gnomes leaping for a table runner. That would be cute. And then something with bunnies. Bunnies for a leap year. And even
leap.
Frogs.
We have a frog die.
We do.
Okay.
Do we have a bunny die?
On the spring medley, there's a bunny.
Okay.
And he kind of looks like a hopping bunny, so that would work in our theme.
That could be so much fun.
What else? I'm loving this.
Let's see.
I love
Did you finish the edge? Did you finish the edge of the towel with a fold over seam or just serge it?
You could just serge it. I just ran a zigzag stitch. But you could totally just tuck it under and give it a little stitch.
The official instructions have you hemming it. But if it's just going to be decorative, you can do just a zigzag
I think if you're going to use it, for sure you want to hem it. But if it's just going to hang in your kitchen and look lovely, don't worry about it. Okay? What else?
And then Patty asks, with the pattern, would you be able to embroider sayings on the towel before assembling it together?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And if you were doing embroidery like our embroidery designs for our applique shapes, those are free designs, you could embroider the towel first and then add the applique, and then it would do the decorative stitch. If you're going to do that, I would suggest you do exactly what Brianna did, and she just took and made her towels in thirds, because then you have lots of real estate. Yeah.
Smart.
Good. Any other questions?
I think that's it. Lots and lots of questions today.
We're grateful for those. We like to answer those. All right, so I guess, Chris, it's your turn to announce today's winner of AccuQuilt Live.
Oh, yes. And we're giving away the Hearts die and a kit to make your own towel.
Yes.
Let's see. And our winner is, drum roll, please, Suzanne R. of Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Congratulations, Suzanne. Congratulations. I will stay out of the football realm by not making a comment, okay? All right, quilters, be sure and check out the AccuQuilt website for some great deals. This month's die to try is, I have one here, the Go Elephant Family die. You could totally make elephants on your towels. That would be cute.
Oh, yes.
It's available on the AccuQuilt website and from our retailers. Now, this week, one of our go-getters, Adam So Fun, is taking his 2 elephants, Tom and Foolery. There we are. I asked him which is Tom and which is Foolery because I'd hate to call them by the wrong names. So Tom is gray and orange is foolery. He is taking them to Africa. Adam is out there traveling this week and next, and he's super excited. So check out the antics of Adam So Fun on his Instagram, Adam So Fun, and so is SEW. And I noticed, Chris, you know Adam, right? You've met him before.
I've not met him, but I know, like,
you know who he is.
online.
He's super cute.
No,
So
yeah.
I did notice that his elephants and he flew first class to Africa. So way to
Nice.
go,
That is-
tomfoolery.
Yes, that's the way to go on such a long flight.
Oh, I agree. All right, quilters, on behalf of our entire staff offsite, who do we have reading comments, Chris?
Let's see. Today we've had Courtney and Lauren,
Oh, good.
and I think just them.
Okay,
Yes, Courtney
Lauren,
and Lauren helping us today.
We hope she's feeling better. She was not feeling good yesterday. And here
Aw.
in the Dream Studio, we have Kenyon and Brock and Greg. And of course, Chris is from out there in Portland, Oregon. And be sure and check him out this week. He will be at Road to California, so look for him there. I'm Pam Heller reminding you at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time so you can quilt more. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Thanks so much for watching. To learn more about your quilting craft, be sure to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for live events every Tuesday and Wednesday. You can check out the events page on the AccuQuilt website for more details on upcoming shows. And if you're looking for even more inspiration, visit our blog for exclusive tutorials filled with tips and tricks. And remember, at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time so you can quilt more.
It's T-shirt week. Join us on Tuesday, January 23rd at 12 noon Central Time as we look at all sorts of ways to make T-shirt quilts. Then be sure and join us for next week's AccuQuilt Live as we celebrate T-shirt week some more. We're making a reversible T-shirt quilt, allowing you plenty of time to finish one before graduation season begins.